Are you ready? Hear at your own risk. For numerous periods of time, as humans began space exploration, they did not just tremble with the idea of seeing something eerie, but also by the circumstances of hearing something creepy. It's a usual thing to look at your screens and be terrified by strange pictures and videos you browse on the internet. But this time, you should listen in full volume, prepare your ears, and try to overcome your fears. Ever heard of the famous line, "In space, no one can hear you scream"? Well, before we dive deep through our list, it's essential to clear confusion first. Perhaps all this time you belong to the people who believe that space is no sound at all. The good news is, it's the 21st century. We can now have access to some of the secrets of the universe. With the right tool, almost all sorts of things are now possible. And if you're wondering how they obtain these various data of sounds, this is made possible because scientists utilize a procedure called sonification that transforms inaudible data from various NASA missions, such as the Chandra X-ray Observatory, Hubble Space Telescope, and Spitzer Space Telescope, into sound. So when space has something to say, we listen. Number 10. The sound of a black hole. On August 22, 2022, NASA Exoplanets tweeted a further explanation for the sound myth in space. With over 17 million views to date, the tweet caption, "The misconception that there is no sound in space originates because most space is a vacuum, providing no way for sound waves to travel. A galaxy cluster has so much gas that we've picked up actual sound. Here it's amplified and mixed with other data to hear a black hole. This is what it sounds like." Can you believe that? If your imagination could just run wild, you might even envision a scenario of a UFO landing somewhere. Kidding aside, let's find out what's the real reason behind this horrifying sound. Actually, this is what they call the Perseus galaxy cluster, and the sound waves were generated in circular directions from the center outwards. At the center, you'll find the black hole. This black hole sound was first discovered in 2003, and scientists were quite fascinated. They found that the black hole's pressure waves generated ripples in the cluster's heated plasma that might be interpreted as a note. That's why they become interested. This black hole sound machine now has more notes thanks to a new sonification. The previously detected sound waves from Perseus have been extracted and made audible for the first time. Number 9. Jupiter's largest moon, Ganymede. I guess Jupiter doesn't just hold the title of being the largest planet in our solar system. So to make it more unique, we introduced one of its largest moons named Ganymede. So it makes Ganymede stand out. This is because Ganymede has a lot of things on its plate, for it does not only produce one type of sound. Its sound changes from low pitch to high pitch, but what makes it similar is its distorted style. Sounds creepy, right? Eight. Jupiter's ionosphere. Hang on, Jupiter is not yet done showcasing all sorts of terrific sounds it entails. In the year 2017, Juno's spacecraft collected a strange sound from Jupiter's ionosphere. Now that's another weird sound for you. The pitch is kind of uncomfortable in our ears since it's originally above the human hearing range. When charged solar particles, also known as solar wind, hit Jupiter's magnetic field, they bounce back as plasma waves, which Juno detected. The video up top displays a frequency-time spectrogram that enables you to see and hear the rising plasma density that coincides with Juno's approach. The audio is a little distant and creepy, as what you'd expect from anything in space, but then there are the brief tones that sound like the old modern handshake in a bizarrely familiar way. 7. M51 sonification. I'm pretty sure that number 7 in our list will totally blow your mind. You'll probably just think deeply and be amused that such sounds like this exist. Music Maestro. Wow, what a talent. I guess the M51 galaxy, or the Messier 51, needs a round of applause. It does really have a talent in the field of orchestra. M51 is also dubbed as a whirlpool galaxy. This is due to the fact that the galaxy's face-on orientation to Earth reveals its wound-up spiral arms. So the explanation for the sound is that the sonification scans clockwise along a line. This line extends from the galaxy's center to the image's edge. This line's experience with light has been mapped to the notes, producing a melodic minor scale. That's why it sounds like a perfect orchestra. Number 6. The Singing Comet. From an orchestra to a singing comet? Well, I guess our bandmates in space are almost complete. Let's introduce our new representative, whose name is called Comet 67P. This comet is sort of weird since scientists explain that they caught this comet in a moment that it's chanting something. What could it be? Actually, this was a long mystery that has been boggling the scientists before, but now that we have an answer, we can now mute our curiosity. According to the latest findings, the sounds are brought on by a plasma jet of charged particles that shoots off the surface of the comet and interacts with the magnetic field. 5. M16 X-ray. The M16 X-ray, widely known as the Eagle Nebula, is the home of the new star-forming regions. In fact, it's one of the places in the cosmos where it scopes a lot of stars that are being born up to this day. It's also the home of the most famous pillars of creation. And speaking of pillars of creation, well, it was also a famous topic last Halloween. This is because of its resemblance to the structure of a reaching hand. Besides this, what if we could just listen to the image? Well, here it is. The sound could serve as a perfect complement to a horror film. 4. The sound of a heartbeat. The space pumps various kinds of sounds, and this time it's the rhythm of a heartbeat. Sounds interesting, right? Did you know that this sound of heartbeat pattern has remained a mystery from 2019 up to the present time? But the fact that this was a strange signal detected by scientists is quite a tricky mystery to begin with. This was known as the fast radio burst, or FRB. The researcher estimates that this FRB is approximately several billion light years away. Number 3. The sound of interstellar space. Just a quick update for all of you. In case you didn't know, the first probe that left beyond our solar system is called the Voyager 1. The probe is now floating into the depths of the unknown, and the fact that it's sending strange sounds here on Earth is really creepy. But don't worry, we prepared an explanation to make it less scary. From October to November 2012 and April to May 2013, Voyager 1's plasma wave instrument detected the vibrations of thick interstellar plasma or ionized gas. The sound mimics the plasma wave's magnitude and frequency as heard by Voyager 1. 2. Whistling Earth. From black holes, planets, and galaxies, now we have an extraordinary celestial body, and this time it's our planet. Wow, Earth's whistling talent is quite good. Perhaps it's been waiting all this time to be part of our list. Of course, there's no way that we can just disregard our own planet, right? Plasma wave disturbances in space can be compared to ocean waves or storm fronts. These plasma wave phenomena develop as clusters of ions and electrons. This triggers the plasma into regions where the magnetic and electric fields are strong, causing the plasma to move faster. The balance of energetic particles entering and leaving Earth's near space environment is controlled by this interaction. Number 1. Story of screaming for help. There is nothing more heartbreaking than hearing a plea from a movie, reality, or any life scenario. How much more from the depths of outer space? Now that's a tough position to cry upon for help. The story of this sad and tragic audio recording is from the theory of the two radio amateurs named Judica Cordiglia brothers. They strongly believed that the Soviet space program hid cosmonaut deaths in the 1960s. During those times, humans held such occasions that rival two of the greatest nations, which are the United States and the Soviet Union. It was a space race, and yes, they're desperate to win this contest. Because of this challenge, it is widely speculated that they've done all sorts of things. The brothers claim to have recorded a number of unsuccessful secret Soviet space missions. On the day of the incident, after hearing the cosmonauts' last words, which are, "I feel hot, I'll re-enter," the radio went silent. 3 days after, the Soviets declared the spaceship had returned to Earth on May 26, 1961. The strange thing is that no women were on board, and the vehicle had suffered significant burns. The Russian authorities continue to deny the existence of this incident. Up to this day, these recordings have captivated the public's attention. Despite several attempts by experts, nobody has ever been able to pinpoint the origin of the audio that follows. An expedition to space might be music to your ears, but in some other cases, it doesn't always come with a pleasant harmony. It can also be creepy. And now that you're at the end of this video, here's a little reminder to be careful not to get stuck by last sound syndrome. You don't want to repeatedly recall this space sound at the back of your head, do you?